So the most easiest way for you to imagine how to make a product into a service is to understand the working model of Starbucks. So Starbucks was initially funded in 1971, and they were only focusing on selling high quality coffee beans and equipments. So this company that you guys are drinking coffees out of now, they were a company that was started to just sell coffee beans. Okay, so they were just wanted to sell coffee beans, and they wanted to sell equipments that made coffee. But right now the whole purpose of this is lost, right? You go to Starbucks, you sit there and you enjoy your coffee and you come back. Okay, so let's imagine Starbucks like a store that only sold soccer balls in the beginning, right? But then they were like, okay, now I am selling the best quality of soccer balls, why don't I create a whole field where people can come and play? Instead of just selling a ball, what if I can give them an experience in which I sell my product also and I sell my service also? So what they are doing is they are going to charge for both. They are charging you for the beans, they are charging you for the product of coffee, and also they are charging you for the service they provide. So what they started doing, they went from selling just coffee beans to creating cafes. And this is an experience that they're trying to sell to the user, right? They first created a product and then they started selling it to the user like a service. So what they started doing is they started creating a place. They're like they took the problem of a person who is working from home basically. So if I'm somebody who's working from home and I want a cozy place where nobody can disturb me, I will go to Starbucks, right? So they wanted to create a third place which is not a home, not work, but it is a place where people can easily come, relax, they can work from. They started providing free Wi-Fi service, they started giving a comfortable ambience, they started creating the whole space where people can come and just relax and they can work without having any other disturbance, right? So Starbucks, which was based at selling coffee first, they are now the largest marketers of places where you can go and work. So how they shifted the whole idea of just having a product to provide a service. So this is the difference between creating a product and having a service. Okay, so the difference between the product design and service design, and integrating both of them together, you can easily understand by Starbucks. So now Starbucks isn't just about coffee, it is about the whole experience, it is about the whole coffee experience that people are trying to indulge in. There's also another very interesting thing that Starbucks has done. So they started providing personalized experience by customizing their coffee products, like whatever coffee mug that they're giving, they started personalizing it for each and every person that walks into the door. So if I am going to go and I'm going to order a coffee, they are going to write my name on the cup and they're going to give it to me, right? So what I do, I will post a picture of that on Instagram and I'm going to say that I'm on Starbucks, right? So they started personalizing this experience for each and every customer that walks in. So they took a product, they created a service, they personalized that. So each and every person who goes to Starbucks, they feel like they're given some sort of an importance. So this example is just taken for you guys to understand the difference between product design, service design, and how both of them can be merged at once. So now after this, let us come to design tools and techniques. What are the design tools and techniques that you can use for your product designing process or designing process? First thing is sketching and prototyping, right? Like how I told, it's very important. It's if you have all the ideas in your head and you do not put it on paper, then how will your ideas come alive? How will you translate it into life, right? So it's very important for you to start sketching, and it's very important for you to start making models and experiment with them, prototype with them, right? It will give you an idea about how you can visualize ideas quickly. The second one is user testing. The moment you have done a design, you have to put it out in the market. You should not be afraid, okay, I have now put my ideas into life, but I don't want to show it to anyone. You cannot be like that, right? You have to show it to people. You have to take constructive criticism. Only then you can create something better. Only then you can understand what your design is lacking. If you don't get feedbacks in your design, then everybody will think my design is the best. Nobody would want to improve their design. So if you want to improve your design and if you want to get good feedbacks, then you have to put your design into the world and you have to let people experience it. The third one is collaboration tools, right? So what are these collaboration tools? Now in the modern era, like now what we do is we rely either on AI completely, or we rely either on just the old school techniques. But there is a way to balance both of this, right? You don't have to just use AI, you just don't have to create something that is artificially created. You can use artificial intelligence to help you. So you have to figure out what are these collaboration tools that are going to help your design process better. See, this can again differ from person to person. If I'm good at sketching but I might not be good at making it into a digital format, so I can use collaboration tools that will help me make it more easier for me to put my design into a 3D shape. I might be good at doing a 2D layout, but I don't know how to create a 3D layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use AI. So rather than completely relying on AI to take care of your job, if you do that, then designers are going to lose their jobs, right? If you just rely on AI that it's going to do everything, then designers will definitely lose their jobs. You have to create or to strike a balance between how you can use AI to enhance your design rather than completely relying on it, right? So there are a lot of future trends that are coming up in design. So the first thing is AI and machine learning. So what is AI and machine learning? So you have artificial intelligence, you have AI ML that helps you code certain things and customize it according to the designer's need. So in the first half we have spoken a lot about how you can fulfill the user's need, but now this time we are going to think about the designer. Okay, so for me to create a product, I will need certain kind of a tools, I will need certain kind of a mechanism that will help me work better, that will help me create my designs better, right? So AI and ML, AI ML is a sort of coding technology that you can use to personalize your user's experience and also to personalize your experience also. You can create you can use and you can create certain mediums for yourself to express yourself better, and also while you are creating something for yourself, it in turn affects what you are going to create for the user group too, right? So the next one is sustainability. So each and every design that you're going to do, it might be a product design, it can be a space, it can be a house, it has to be sustainable, because if it's not sustainable, then it's losing it's losing its charm. If you cannot make something that is sustainable and if you cannot make something durable, then it loses its charm, right? People won't spend certain amount of money on something that they cannot use, or if something is not sustainable. So it is to understand eco-friendly design trends that are going on in the market now, and you have to try to inculcate those in your design product or in your designing process, right? And the third one is AR VR. Okay, so AR VR is augmented reality and virtual reality. So this is it's the most trending thing right now, where the user is given a certain experience in the any place that you ask them to come. You're trying to make them experience your design without getting it into reality. Like if I have a client who wants his house to be designed, so I give him an AR VR perspective of how he can feel the entire space. He can walk through the spaces and he can feel, when he turns his head, he can see which part of the wall, what is going to come, where is the kitchen going to come, how is the bathroom going to feel. So without even creating a house for him, he is able to see what is going to come in his site. So you can just take the client to the site and you can make him experience the whole thing without even constructing a single brick or without even keeping a single brick. What happens is, in this virtual reality and augmented reality, the user group is getting to experience the design. That is one part of it, and the other part of it is even you are getting to tweak your design by taking real time feedbacks and not wasting time of yours, right? See, if the user is, if the client is going to give you changes every 5-6 days, it's going to be difficult for you. But what if you make the client go through the entire process and he can tell you the design changes at one go? It makes your life easier, and it also makes his life easier. He can understand where he should spend money and where he should cut down. Okay, so these are the future trends that designers can benefit from. So what we have learned in this whole presentation is that, first thing what we learned was how design thinking how design influences product and service design. Then we understood the difference between product design and service design. Second, what we understood is design is just not about something that looks beautiful, it's about solving problems creatively. And when you are trying to do so, we try to go through this process of understanding what design principles you can use to make your design more visually appealing. After your design is made visually appealing and you have kept these points into consideration, there are certain principles to make your product perform better, and we discussed about these three key points that you can keep in mind when you're designing. After we understood how these three points can be achieved easier, we started exploring the design thinking process. Once we understood the design thinking process, we took an example of how this has been done and how it is a tried and tested process that everybody follows in the real world. After doing that, we started differentiating product design from service design, and also how product and service design can be merged together by taking an example of Starbucks. Then we started understanding what tools and what futuristic design trends can be explored to make your design much better, and what you can also convey to your users or clients. So we started exploring that. So that is the gist of this whole session, and I hope you guys have enjoyed and understood the whole process of design. So design is not just about making things look, it's about making them work better. Always remember to empathize with your users, iterate your ideas, strive for simplicity and functionality, because if you are not following these processes, the end product that you're going to come across is not going to be successful. So thank you so much for listening to this session. I hope you have